Would you like to know a secret?
People speak of Robin Hood, tell his stories. They're all lies.
He was not a hero. You were a murderous brigand.
We were monsters. I am the outlaw.
Hey, I'm Reggie Ponder, the Real Critic, and this week's movie is The Death of Robin Hood. Now, you know I had to talk about this movie because we are all connected to Robin Hood's story in one way or another. What's to like? The film asked the question, if what we know about Robin Hood is true, was he a good guy who stole from the rich and gave to the poor? Well, in addition to being a darker version of the legend, the film isn't out to denigrate the lore. It is here to confront who he was and why that story has endured. Who's in it? Hugh Jackman, Jomi Comer, Bill Skarsgård, Murray Bartlett, Noah Jupe, and Faith Delaney. What's to like? Well, the twist initially feels like it's flipping the script in the narrative and reclaiming Robin Hood as a villain. But the genius is that the filmmakers present a man and a situation that force us to reevaluate the icon rather than simply condemn him. The acting in this is superb. Jackman is great as this aging mythical character worn down by legend and life. Comer adds a balance and mystery that is really captivating, grounding the film with a quiet strength. Bill Skarsgård as Little John is the perfect companion, showing both rage and some love. And Murray Bartlett as the leper becomes the teacher Robin Hood needs. Several scenarios in this film stuck with me, and one of them is where Little John is trying to reclaim land he stole that was then stolen from him. It's interesting how even back then the questions of ownership and stolen land echoes today's debate about who's right and who's not nearly as right as they claim to be. Also, while the killing is brutal, there is also a honor and dignity associated with the deaths and battle. The idea that violence begets more violence plays as both a cautionary tale and a curse, one the filmmakers channeled through Robin Hood and quietly through all of humanhood. Once Robin finds refuge in a religious camp, he meets Sister Bridget, who nurses him back to health and in many ways helps him die. I mean, that version of Robin Hood we have seen throughout this film. And somehow through it all, Robin Hood, the possible villain and hero, retains a bit of dignity and likability. And I believe that that dignity lies in his inability to revel in the demise of his opponents and in a way he seems to lose a piece of himself over and over after each conquest. The slow death, that slow death, connects him to all of us who are trying to shed our worst and inch closer to our best. Redemption in the making. And while it's set in an earlier time, the social messages are never more important than the times we are experiencing today. I think this one is relevant, y'all. What's not to like? Well, this film is violent in an old school way. No frills, but some brutal kills. And then the accents in English are hard to understand at times, but the situations help one understand what is going on, even if we don't quite know what they are saying. Now, this film is a bit slow, but I feel it's actually the right pace to effectively discuss the legend of Robin Hood and watch it die, albeit a slow death. The real report: the death of Robin Hood is a death worth dying, a tear worth crying, and a lore worth trying. Somehow, Robin Hood becomes the everyman where we can all see parts of ourselves and parts of our lore. Where the two meet is a worthwhile revelation. My rating, I'm giving this one 3 reels out of 4. Hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, as I'm on most social media as The Real Critic. That's REEL. And I look forward to hearing from you because we are all about the conversation.